I did that for. I'll need to do multi-participant share. Hold on a second. All right, share. Yeah. Okay. So we have who's got group one starting? Hello? Yes? You all can hear me, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
miss.
Yes,
Okay.
miss. You just have to show a screen.
Yeah. I did put the multiple participant sharing, right? So let me just turn off my video and I'll let group one start.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah.
Can group 3 go after group 1?
That's up to group two.
Is group 2 okay with it?
They were putting that
Pardon?
order.
Sorry.
Can group 3 go before group 2, please? I have an exam that's closing off at 2, so I just want to leave and do it and come back.
Okay, no problem.
All right, that's fine. Okay. Once they're okay with it, right?
Playing the video now.
Miss, sorry to interrupt, but Haley's not in group 3. Group 3 is spiritual health, which is my group.
Oh,
So
I
cultural health is not group 3?
No, I just double checked on the system. Miss could tell you group 3 is my group. We were doing spiritual health. Cultural health is group 4.
Ew.
Yeah. So you have to go after. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just wanted you all to know that we are group 3.
okay. Sorry. You know what? I didn't even check that. I was just telling the girl to just sorry about that, huh? You're right. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay, miss. All these groups for different classes is be a lot, so that's understandable.
Yeah. And okay, just before you start, sorry, one little thing again is that I want you all please ensure you fill out your evaluations. Right? I'll send an email to you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Miss, sorry, can you hear anything?
I wasn't hearing anything, no.
I don't know why it's muted.
Volume on your computer muted? Or do you need to turn up the volume on your computer, I think, Trying to see how I could
Miss, they may have to practice to see if they get the audio to play. Like,
Yeah,
come off and try.
Leave the mic on while presenting.
if another group wanna go up by the time, because I don't know.
Shanice, I think you need to leave the mic when you're presenting.
Okay.
The mic when you're presenting.
during practice, like Katazani, Shadi Stuff, Sarah Mitchell, Tika, Cadiano, Signorant, Joselle Ferguson, and Anisha Douglas. We will now have a short video where we will be about what is mental health.
We all have mental health. It's just as important as physical health. It is not only about mental illness or mental disorders. This is just one part of a bigger picture. It's best to think about mental health as being on a continuum, rather than people being either mentally ill or mentally well. We are all on the continuum, and we move up and down according to factors such as our genetic makeup and upbringing, our life circumstances, and the stresses we are under. At one end of the continuum, we have mental disorders, like depression or anxiety, and at the other end, we have states of positive mental health, where we're thriving, content, and fulfilled. The aim of mental health interventions is to move people up the continuum so that they're able to reach their full potential and live satisfying lives. World Health Organization describes mental health as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Being mentally healthy means being resilient and able to cope with difficult times, feeling in control, being confident, feeling good about yourself, managing and expressing your emotions, building and maintaining good relationships.
What is mental health? Mental health, as defined by World Health Organization, is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their ability, live well and work well, and contribute to their community. It is an integral component of health and well-being that underpins our individual and collective ability to make decisions, build relationships, and shape the good living. Mental health is a basic human right, and it is crucial to personal, community, and socio-economic development. Mental health is not just the absence of mental disorders. It includes, but is not limited to, issues experienced, such as distress, clinical and social outcomes, and it varies on an individual basis by each person affected. Some people who have mental health issues may experience decreased levels of mental well-being along with psychosocial disability, risk of harming themselves, and impairments in function. What is psychological health? According to Donatella Attachment 2017, psychological health is the sum of things feel, repeat, and exist in our day-to-day lives. Our thoughts, perceptions, emotions, motivations, interpersonal relationships, and behaviors are impacted, product, built, and skilled and developed to meet life challenges. Psychological health includes mental, emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions. I will now introduce my colleague, Joselle Ferguson, who presents on 2 TVs that outline mental and psychological health.
I am just on theories of applied mental and psychological health on human health. I also have the behavior of therapy. Behavior is a theory of which is not behavior instead of behaviors and motivations. And I can also the behavior of each other as just emotions, data, intentions, use approaches based on behaviors ideas. For example, if someone says they are likely to repeat the behavior they were praised for. The behavior is fully considered with observable stimulus response behaviors as they can be studied and is systematic and observed. Another theory about brains, mental and psychological an approach to psychology that attempts to explain human behavior by understanding human thought processes. For example, a therapist uses principles of cognitive theory when they teach you how to identify maladaptive thought patterns and transform them into constructive ones. The assumptions of cognitive theory is that thoughts are primary determinants of emotions and behavior. Information processing is a common description of this mental process. Theorists compare the way the human mind functions to a computer. Cognitive theory can be used in treatments for a wide variety of mental health disorders such as anxiety, bipolar disorder, depression, eating disorders, panic attacks, phobias, grief, stress, relationship problems, insomnia, and poor self-esteem. This was an explanation of the theories that outline mental and psychological health on human health, and I'll now hand you over to my fellow group people, Atika, Sibayo, Sanyari. Mental health can affect the personal of a person. Poor mental health can contribute to depression, substance abuse, poor socialization, and relationships. In terms of depression can actually arise out of childhood traumas, sexual assault, in the effects of violent crime, and all manner of horrible situations. When these traumas are unaddressed, it will cause you to start asking many questions until you essentially get no answers. And this results in a poor mental state, which leads to overwhelming feelings of sadness and hopelessness. And here now we have depression. Next is substance abuse, where in trying to cope with mental disorders like anxiety, depression, or PTSD, you might begin to self-medicate just to alleviate the mental anguish. Sometimes when drugs have been prescribed, you actually begin to abuse those drugs. And others also begin to use alcohol, marijuana, and even other drugs like cocaine or heroin. As we all know, the effects of substance abuse on a person's health is disastrous. Some people can contract diseases from actually injecting drugs like heroin. They destroy their lives in so many different ways, even get heart attacks. When it comes to socialization, which is another fallout of mental health, poor socialization can impair a person's ability to socialize normally. Then this leads you to feel as if you don't connect with people, and nobody understands me, nobody understands my trauma. So then you start to isolate yourself, and then the lack of personal belonging and that lack of feeling like others care about you can lead to further bouts of depression, which unleashes a vicious cycle on your personal health. When it comes to relationships, it can be affected by poor mental health because all of a sudden those who are very near to you suddenly view them as your enemy. And with the poor mental state that you're already begin to experience a lot of mood swings and irrational behavior. And all of a sudden, unnecessary tiffs or fights begin to arise. These things further destroy relationships because sometimes a lot of uncontrolled anger and rage comes out in these unnecessary fights. And at the end of it, sometimes you have feelings of guilt, you have feelings of sadness, then you begin to feel about one another that you're not loved, you're not appreciated, and then you spiral further into depression. Poor mental health can lead to poor work productivity, poor self-image, and self-care, eating disorders, and chronic illness. Work productivity can be affected because depression, irritability, and anxiety can make it difficult to concentrate or to cope with the task at hand and even to meet deadlines at job. Sometimes you can become incapable of dealing with the stresses on the job, whether it be people or the work itself, and this can lead to poor output and poor productivity. This is where wages can now be impacted. Lack of activity is going to equal loss of wages. And if there is a loss of wages, the impact can not just be on the individual, but if this person's a breadwinner of a family, it can impact children with school, money for transportation, money for food to sustain these kids, and that can affect their physical health. Then there's self-image and self-care. Maslow's hierarchy of needs comes into play here, since ultimately lack of self-esteem can be a barrier to self-actualization. When people don't feel loved or they feel like they don't belong or they don't connect, it can impact their self-esteem. They can even begin to lose respect for themselves and for others. And this can lead to them engaging in risky behavior. For example, people end up, because they have no self-esteem and they end up lacking self-respect, they engage in having unprotected sex, so they have multiple sexual partners, and we all know that the personal health outcome for this is quite injurious. Then we have eating disorders, which can lead to malnutrition. Sometimes people have an unhealthy view of their body image and kind of psychological affection to their bodies. We have a condition known as body dysmorphic disorder, where a person spends a lot of time worrying about flaws in their appearance that are unnoticeable to others, but to them it's like a glaring white light. And so they might, to you and to me, they might have a healthy BMI, but to them they're overweight and they're obese, and then they say, sure was I think that eat. So they either eat, then throw right after, which is like or they go on a water diet for however long. And they even think, yeah, I'll eat, but I only eat like 10 green peas and 1 teaspoon of garlic, which is the beta anorexia nervosa, which can be fatal. Then we have chronic illness, which is a result of mental health. Experiencing traumas, could be from a child, could be sexual, could be relationship traumas. You say, see me, I don't have money to go to a professional therapist. I have a therapist in my deep freeze, a big bucket of ice cream. So you begin to cope by engaging in emotional eating. And emotional eating is where people use food as a way to satisfy their feelings and not hunger. And it is during these bouts of emotional eating that a lot of unhealthy foods are consumed,
as we believe that we're drawing out the emotional pain. Before you know it, it's a cycle, but it's an invisible cycle. You don't recognize it. But you are initiating at this time type 2 diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and heart disease, which we know leads to an overall poor physical health outcome for persons. I'd now like to hand you over to Jermaine. Mental health can also have a positive impact on one's life. Positive mental health is indispensable across all ages, crucial for navigating life's challenges and enhancing resilience. It intertwines closely with personal and physical well-being, as individuals with positive mental health tend to engage in healthier behaviors. Regular maintenance of mental health, akin to physical fitness, it involves developing coping mechanisms and seeking support when necessary. Furthermore, positive mental health fosters a sense of belonging and purpose within communities, leading to increased social connections and empathy. Ultimately, it correlates with higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction, contributing to individual and societal well-being. Emphasizing self-care, social support, and professional assistance as means of nurturing mental health is key to foster resilience and happiness, and also fulfillment in life. In addition, good mental health forms stable foundations for managing emotions, fostering resilience to navigate life's challenges, and ensuring healthy relationships. It's closely tied to productivity and success, while also influencing physical well-being by reducing the risk of illness and promoting better sleep. Ultimately, prioritizing mental health enhances overall quality of life, allowing greater satisfaction and fulfillment in daily activities and relationships. By prioritizing self-care, seeking support, and building resilience, individuals can achieve a more balanced and fulfilling life. So, to sum it up, your mental health plays a pivotal role in your overall well-being in a positive way. I will now pass you to my colleague, Anisha.
Living a mentally healthy lifestyle involves incorporating various practices and habits into your daily routine to promote overall well-being and emotional balance. Here are some key steps you can take to enhance your mental health. Prioritizing self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential for mental health. This includes getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Healthy diet. To improve mental health, consume a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, omega-3 fatty acids, and reproductive foods like dark green leafy vegetables. Nuts, seeds, and legumes like beans and lentils are also beneficial. A balance with omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and antioxidants can enhance mood and cognitive function. Manage stress. Physical exercise not only strengthens your body, but also boosts mental alertness and reduces stress. Engaging in activities like yoga, Zumba, or walking in the park can maintain mental and physical health. It is recommended to engage in moderate exercise regularly rather than heavy workouts. Sufficient sleep. Lack of sleep negatively impacts physical and mental well-being, quality of life, and overall well-being. Proper sleep provides stress relief, enhances alertness, and improves memory. It is essential for mental health as lack can lead to mood disturbances, cognitive impairment, and increased stress. Establishing a regular sleep routine and creating a restful sleep environment can promote better mental well-being. Social connections. Maintaining strong social connections is important for mental health. Spending time with friends and family, joining social clubs, and participating in community activities can provide support, reduce feeling of loneliness, and boost overall well-being. Seeking professional help. Mental health issues require professional help, such as therapy, counseling, or medication. Emotional problems are not resolved cigarettes or drugs, as they provide temporary stress relief. Seeking support from family, friends, or seeking professional help is recommended for effective mental health management. Limit screen time. Excessive screen time, especially on social media, can negatively impact mental health. When people spend too much time online, they may compare themselves with others, feel overwhelmed, or even experience depression.
All of these things may contribute to mental health. Setting boundaries around screen use and prioritizing real-life interactions and activities is important. I will now hand you over to Sarah.
Everyone, discussing how does family, community, and friendship influence mental health and well-being. According to June 2023, we are all social species, and being alone makes us more aware of threats in the environment. Our biology can actually motivate us to seek out social connection for safety and well-being. Family, community, and friendship has a major impact on one's mental health and well-being because it provides social support. Family, friends, and persons within the community can provide emotional and physical support when reached out to, which results in the reduction of being alone and feeling alone and also boost one's mental health. Patterns of communication. Communication can be positive to one's mental health. According to Hodge 2023, healthy and effective communication patterns within family, friends, and the community contributes to positive mental well-being. Open and respectful communication allows persons to express their emotions, needs, concerns, and issues. Reduction of stress. Communication with persons within the community, family, or friend can help with problem solving. It is also a way to vent and speak up about problems which are affecting our mental health, and this reduces our stress level and promotes a healthier mental health. Boost self-esteem and confidence. Interacting with persons make one feel heard and getting advice or discussing the issue helps in seeing one's self-worth, which in return boosts self-esteem and confidence in one. Now I will be passing you on to Shanisa.
Hi, my name is Shanisa. I will be discussing mental and psychological health today. I can provide an adaptation to new types of education and social support. COVID-19 has significantly impacted mental health due to increased anxiety and has begun serious mental health problems among some individuals. Many individuals have experienced psychological distress, including symptoms of depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress. To countless people dying or surviving those families and their communities have experienced strain and separation. For children and young people have been deprived of opportunities to live and socialize. Finding bankruptcy in businesses and financial parties, millions of people have fallen below poverty line. We have experienced a moment-based hardship during this time. Aslam Abdullah lives with bipolar disorder in Ghana, where fear of the virus has been an unprecedented stressor to the mental health of many individuals. I have many friends who have relapses in their mental health because of the increased levels of fear and panic, says Aslam. It was almost as if fear was contagious. Aslam explains that most people are afraid to seek help because they think that if they visit the hospital, they might end up getting infected with COVID-19. I myself did not go to the clinic for therapy for an entire year, partly because of this fear. Other time, Aslam, like so many others, was unemployed and did not have the funds for it. Even before the pandemic, cost of care was known to be a major barrier to people with mental health conditions seeking help. I have been privileged to have a good system of support, says Aslam. My pensioner parents managed to make sure my medications were always refilled. But it is not the same for others, she adds. Some people could not afford treatment. It was and still is a very difficult time for a lot of people. The COVID-19 pandemic, like other ongoing crises, has been strengthening mental health systems more urgent all over the world. The impact of COVID-19 on mental health cannot be underestimated. It cannot be made light of, says Aslam. Change is possible.
This brings us to the end of our presentation, and we, the members of the one, would like to say thank you for taking time to listen to our presentation. These are our references.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. The only thing that was hindering your presentation has some beautiful information. And I really like the way you have how you outline certain aspects of mental health affecting our physical health with overeating, undereating, and the stress, the ability to work properly, the ability to think. It's really, really very, very nicely organized. All right. And it does have a significant impact on how we function on a day-to-day basis. Beautiful. The only thing is the sound was muffled a bit, eh? I will say, but you had to really listen closely, but you had some and beautiful visual slides as well. Really, really good. It's just muffled sound, but the information was very, very good, well put together. All right. Anybody wants to add a comment or say anything?
I just have a question. Y'all could hear a leaf blowing in my background because the neighbor is blowing some grass, and I have to present just now.
Well, right now, no, I can't hear anything. I'm just hearing your voice well.
Okay.
Anybody wants to add any comments? Hello? Come on, it'll be nice.
No, miss, not at this time. It's a bit difficult because I had some trouble hearing, so it's a bit difficult to comment at this point, but I don't know if it's maybe on just on my end because my laptop generally kind of low, the volume generally kind of low too. So, but nothing at this point, miss. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?
Miss and Shanice, her internet was given a little bit of problems as she was, so it would have affected how it was coming across.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. So no other comments. All right. Well, I did want to say that it was, I mean, of course, well put together. Information very, very good, right?
Thank you, miss.
Okay. Right. So some people, you all get ready. Just give me 2 minutes. All right. I'll be back just 2 minutes. Okay, hello? You all can hear me, right?
Yes, miss, we could hear you.
Sorry. Oh, sorry about that.
Hi, Miss. Can we start presenting?
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Ramkisoon. Joining me today are my group members, Holly Rampasad, Shamita Ramcharta, Alicia Mohammed, Janelle Nikom, and Khadija Kwashi. Together, we are excited to educate you on the topic of cultural health. Today,
Sorry
discussing
about it.
cultural health.
Which group is this again? Sorry about that.
Cultural health at group 4.
Okay, sorry.
Miss, I think group 2 was supposed to present next.
No, group 2 is not presenting because we are giving group 4. Gabriel, why interrupt people?
Oh, okay.
Miss, start over or just continue?
Was my mistake. Sorry. So you continue.
Okay.
Explore its definition, theories outlining its impact on human development, its contributions to personal well being, strategies for healthy living in a diverse society, the influence of family, community, and friendship, and how it intersects with COVID-19. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of cultural diversity and its profound influence on our lives.
You know that little voice in your head? The one that tells you to ignore tasteless junk. The one that tells you to keep quiet when a client makes a racist comment. The little voice that tells you you're not smart enough because English isn't your first language. That it's okay to judge someone for leaving early because they have family commitments. Because you're not saying anything. Because you're being reduced to stereotypes. Well, then it's not a big deal when everyone's opinion isn't considered.
Excuse.
You're the only one that shared that voice.
Hello.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, I'm not hearing this at all properly.
Miss, I think we are experiencing the same thing like the other group because it is recorded properly.
It's time for all of us to wake up. Because when we change the dialogue, we can change our world.
Cultural health refers to the impact of cultural beliefs, practices, and traditions on health. It recognizes the influence of culture on individuals' health behaviors, perceptions of illness, and healthcare seeking patterns. However, understanding cultural health is crucial for providing culturally competent and effective healthcare services to diverse populations. Cultural diversity refers to the existence of a variety of cultures within a society or community. It encompasses differences in ethnicity, race, language, religion, as well as socio-economic status. Thus, by embracing cultural diversity, one can promote inclusivity, understanding, and respect for different cultural backgrounds, which is essential for promoting health equality, as well as reducing disparities in the healthcare access and outcomes.
Good day, my name is Janelle Nickham, and I'm going to talk about two cultures that are associated with cultural health and diversity. One theory related to cultural health and cultural diversity concerning human development is the culture, care, diversity, and universality theory. This theory was formulated by Madeleine M. Linegar during her practicing years as a nursing educator and writer, which she began doing in 1974. Linegar saw during her early years of nursing practice that cultural knowledge and cultural care for patients were lacking. This hindered the provision of quality care based on patients' individual needs. Linegar believed that there was a correlation between a patient's culture and how that patient perceived wellness and viewed the healthcare system. This theory does not only examine the relationship between individual culture and healthcare, but examines human wellness based on the similarities and differences among different cultural groups. This theory can be divided into two parts. First, cultural care diversity examines the difference in which cultures view healthcare based on areas such as interpretation of meanings, values, and acceptable forms of care. The second part is cultural universality, and examines the similarities in how cultures view healthcare based on similar interpretation of meanings, etc. Examining this theory can be done based on key concepts of emic knowledge, ethic knowledge, ethnohistory, and the environmental context. Emic knowledge involves the perspective of one's culture by the person who lives within that culture. Ethic knowledge involves the perspective of a culture by a person who is outside of that culture, that is, an observer or a researcher. The ethnohistory approach delves into the examination of historical events, experiences, and facts recorded that are associated with the culture. While the environmental context approach examines the relationship between a culture and its social, economic, and technological influences. Another theory that is related to cultural health and cultural diversity concerning human development is the health belief model. This theory was developed in the 1950s by social psychologists Godfrey M. Hochbun, Erwin M. Rosenstock, Howard Leventhal, and Stephen Kegels, who worked in the US Public Health Service. The health belief model examines the relationship between patients' behavior, which includes compliance and non-compliance, based on their beliefs of disease and health management. The theory examines the following areas as it pertains to one's view of health and actions taken based on this view. These are perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived benefits, perceived barriers, cues to action, and self-efficacy. Perceived susceptibility refers to an individual's perception of the likelihood of acquiring a health condition, influencing their actions to prevent illness. Perceived severity influences motivation to perform health-promoting actions. Perceived barriers determine the motivation to adopt health behaviors. Perceived barriers, such as the cost of a medical procedure, can discourage health-related actions. Cues to actions, such as medical advertisements and consultations, these prompt individuals to act on healthy behaviors. Self-efficacy is the belief that one's ability to perform necessary actions for a favorable health result is high. This is also examined in this theory. Therefore, these theories, which are the universality and differentiality theory, as well as the health belief model, are directly linked to culture, since perceptions and beliefs are influenced by one's culture. By acknowledging and understanding persons' cultural differences and perceptions of health, healthcare can continue to develop in this consideration to facilitate the dynamic needs of patients, so by providing effective, holistic, quality care.
So next on the presentation, we will be doing the link between culture, health, diversity, and personal well-being. Cultural health beliefs influence people's thoughts and feelings about their health and health issues, when and who they seek medical attention, and how they react to advice on treatment adherence, lifestyle modifications, and medical interventions. Cultural diversity health is when patients seek medical attention, they bring a range of culture perspectives, beliefs, and practices with them. This is referred to as culture diversity in healthcare. This diversity includes not only race and ethnicity, but also age, gender identity, religion, socioeconomic status, and other aspects of an individual's identity. Healthcare providers must be ready to engage with patients whose views and practices diverge from their own in order to provide inclusive healthcare that satisfies the needs of a diverse population. I would now be passing you on over to my colleague.
Healthy living in a culturally diverse society. Firstly, embrace dietary diversity by exploring various cuisines and incorporating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins for both new flavors and cultural appreciation. Explore local ethnic grocery stores, try recipes from different cultures, and consider the health benefits of traditional ingredients and cooking methods. Secondly, explore diverse physical activities like yoga, martial arts, or traditional dance to promote fitness, flexibility, and cultural understanding. Join community classes, attend cultural festivals, and incorporate different cultural exercises into your workout routine to enhance physical health and appreciation for other cultures. Thirdly, broaden your wellness perspective by exploring traditional health practices from various cultures, such as herbal remedies or mind-body techniques. Attend workshops, seek guidance from practitioners of diverse backgrounds, and integrate these practices into your wellness routine with mindfulness and respect for alternative approaches. Lastly, cultivate meaningful connections by seeking individuals from diverse backgrounds to exchange knowledge and support health goals. Engage in cultural exchange events, community service initiatives, and actively seek opportunities to connect with people from different backgrounds to foster empathy, inclusivity, and personal growth.
This study emphasized how important families are informing future abnormality as well as customs, norms, beliefs, and values.
Families pass down cultural tradition, values, and beliefs from one generation to the other. They provide a sense of identity and belonging. Fostering cultural diversity, family support and connections contribute to an overall well-being by providing emotional, social, and economic support. Family ties become increasingly important for the well-being as persons get older and their social network gets smaller. A relationship can support healthier behavior, improve self-esteem, and help persons manage stress, according to the stress process theory. On the other hand, unhealthy relationships, heavy caregiving, and divorce can all have a detrimental effect on one's well being. Friendships help build bridges between different cultures. By forming friendship with people from diverse backgrounds, we gain exposure to new perspectives, traditions, and experiences. Friendships promote cultural diversity by fostering mutual respect, empathy, and appreciation for different cultures. Community brings together individuals from diverse backgrounds, creating opportunities for cultural experience, exchange, and understanding. They celebrate cultural events, promote inclusivity, and offer platforms for sharing traditions, language, and customs. Strong community ties enhance well-being by fostering a sense of belonging and social support. Participating in community improves coping skills, purpose, and shared identities. Empowering communities allow individuals to address health disparities and effects positive change, which is crucial for a thriving society. The influence of family, community, friendship, and relationship on cultural diversity and well-being is dynamic relationship. By embracing and valuing cultural diversity within these contexts, we can create inclusivity and thriving communities that enhance overall well-being. Cultural diversity and COVID-19 adaptation. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the intricate relationship between cultural health diversity and adaptation became vividly apparent. As communities grappled with unprecedented challenges, individuals often looked to their cultural framework for guidance and support. However, the rapid changes brought about by the pandemic, such as the implementation of mask mandates, curfews, and a shift to online schooling, disrupted established patterns of behavior and interaction. For many, this disruption posed a significant hurdle, as cultural practices deeply embedded in socializing and daily life suddenly clashed with public health imperatives. The struggle to reconcile tradition with necessity led to a phenomenon where individuals look to the behavior of others in their community for cues on how to adapt. In doing so, they created new cultural norms and rituals around pandemic protocols, effectively integrating them into their way of life. Yet, this process was not without challenges. The loss of jobs, economic instability, and the tragic loss of lives underscore the profound impact of the pandemic on individuals and communities worldwide. Despite these hardships, society demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability. Over time, what initially seemed like temporary measures to combat the virus became ingrained in the cultural fabric, shaping how people interacted, communicated, and supported one another. In essence, the pandemic accelerated the evolution of cultural norms and practices, highlighting the dynamic interplay between culture, adaptation, and societal response. As we navigate the complexities of a post-pandemic world, understanding and leveraging these cultural dynamics will be essential in fostering resilience, inclusivity, and collective well-being. In conclusion, cultural health and diversity are vital for our well-being, shaping how we perceive wellness and access health care. The theories of cultural care diversity and universality, as well as the health belief model, underscore the importance of understanding cultural perceptions and beliefs in healthcare. By embracing cultural diversity in our diets, activities, and relationships, we foster inclusivity and understanding. Family, community, and friendships also greatly impact cultural diversity and well-being, providing essential support systems. Amid COVID-19, adapting to new communication methods and social support is crucial. Let's continue to celebrate diversity, nurture meaningful connections, and adapt together for a healthier future. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Okay. I see you have lots of references. All right. Again, you had very, very good information. I think your video highlighted the points of the topic very well. The only thing again is the sound, but actually I couldn't hear anything on that video, really. But I liked how I'm quite sure it would have been very applicable to the topic, showing the persons of different cultural descents and in the workplace and being fair with equity. All right, but it's just the sound. So that's the only
Yes,
thing
I
that
think it could be that the presenter was probably using headphones. So that happens when you have on headphones and you try to share with audio.
Oh, no, but I think the first group had the same problem. Although the first group, the sound got a little better. But maybe it's just how my thing's set up as well too.
Oh, well, I was just hearing mumbling too for the video. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just the call itself.
All right. I don't know if anybody else heard it a little better than me. But it was in line with the topic, right? I like the theories, beautiful, beautiful, really, really good theories that you used. And how you arrange your slides and your information. Very, very nice. Very, you had it well constructed. I don't know if anybody else wants to give a comment. Hello? One thing I did. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I say I also enjoy the slide layout and everything as well.
Yeah. One thing you could have highlighted though, but I don't know if you did, if it came through in the video, you see, is that we live within Trinidad and Tobago. We live in a very multicultural society, and I'm very proud of that, right? So that's only one little aspect, right? And you could have outlined a little bit because we do have celebration of all festivals here, much better than abroad, right? But other than that, very nice information. All right. Very, very nice information.
Thanks, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Okay, Miss, group 2 is getting ready to I'm going to share the screen and stuff now, right?
Right. So that's group 2, right? Let me just write that in.
No, okay. Group 2 going to go now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, group 3, the group who went before was group 4. Group 3 is after me with Sadana.
Okay, so group 2 now,
The
right?
cultural group, yeah, the cultural group before
Yeah.
was group 4.
Right. And that's why I don't like to get when everybody's doing different things. I get
Yeah. I understand.
yeah, group 2, right?
Okay.
Mister,
Yeah, group
just
2 is
asking if
now.
y'all could hear grass cutting outside. Y'all could hear that?
No,
No,
we
no,
hear you
we hear your
fine,
voice.
Gabriel.
Okay.
Okay, everybody seeing my screen nicely?
Yeah.
There's just a note
Okay.
before we start. So one of our group members, Tanisha Gittins, she has no Wi-Fi connectivity at the moment, so she won't be able to present live today. But she did contribute to the group project. It's just a situation out of her control. I hope it won't affect the group mark or her mark.
Who is that for Tanisha?
Tanisha Gittins, yes.
Oh, okay, no, that's okay. Just once you present your work.
Because she did contribute to the documents and whatever.
Yeah.
I can begin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Today, the members of Group 2, Aliyah Lewis, myself, Kristen Jalen, Celine Gooding, Tanisha Gittins, Gabriel Gans, and Marisa Guideen are going to be doing a presentation on sociological health. The topic statement is man is a social being and how sociological health contributes to a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Next, we have our content page. And now, let's define sociological health. So firstly, the term sociological refers to the scientific study of society, social institutions, social relationships, and human behavior within social contexts. So therefore, sociological health is the state of well-being and functioning within a society or community from a sociological perspective. Next, let's look at the key aspects of sociological health. So firstly, we have the 5 social determinants of health, which are economic stability, education access and quality, healthcare access and quality, neighborhood and built environment, and social and community context. Now let's talk about social networks and support. So this is having a strong support system of family and friends, as well as access to social networks like community groups, social structures and institutions. So this is like having access to quality education and employment opportunities and availability of healthcare and housing policies. Next, we have cultural and social norms. So this is the cultural attitudes towards health and illness and the social norms related to behaviors like smoking, etc., that influences health outcomes. Next, we have social inequality and justice. This is the socioeconomic disparities in income, education, etc., as well as the access to the justice system and legal protections. And lastly, we have community and collective action, which are community-level programs aimed at promoting health and well-being. So now I'll pass you on to my colleague, Aliyah, to continue the presentation.
So now we are going to talk about the importance of understanding sociological development and its relevance to understanding human societies. So sociological development refers to the changes and advancements that occur within societies over time. It encompasses social, cultural, economic, and political dimensions. A brief overview of its importance is that it gives an insight to social change. It helps us understand social structures like families and government. It also gives cultural evolution, as well as shows the interconnectedness of societies, policy implications, promotion of social justice. So given that we just spoke about the importance, we are now going to talk about the theories of human sociological development. So 2 theories that outline human sociological development are the evolutionary theory and the functionalism theory. So let's start with the evolutionary theory. The evolutionary theory posits that human societies evolve over time in a manner similar to biological organisms. It suggests that societies develop stages of growth, adaptation, and change driven by various factors. So now let's look into the relevance to sociological development. So the evolutionary theory provides a framework for understanding long-term development and transformation of human societies. It helps sociologists analyze patterns of societal change, technological advancements, and cultural shifts over time. Let's talk about the stages of societal development. So some stages of societal development are savagery, barbarism, and civilization. Savagery is the earliest stage, characterized by small nomadic groups relying on hunting and gathering for survival. Barbarism is a transitional stage marked by the development of agriculture and the domestication of animals. And next, we have the civilization. Civilization is the most advanced stage characterized by development of urban centers, complex social institutions, and written language. So given that we spoke about the evolutionary theory, let us conclude this theory regarding sociological development. This theory offers insights into the progression of human societies from simpler to more complex form. So despite the criticisms, it maintains a foundational theory in the study of sociological development. The next theory we are going to look at is the functionalism theory. The functionalism theory is a sociological perspective that views society as a complex system composed of interrelated parts, each part serving a function to maintain stability and equilibrium. It emphasizes the importance of understanding how social institutions and structures contribute to the overall functioning of society, and the key functionalist of this theory is Emile Durkheim. The core concepts of this theory are social equilibrium and social institutions. So let's get into that a bit. Social equilibrium, functionalists believe that society tends toward a state of equilibrium or balance where all parts function harmoniously to meet the needs of individuals and societies as a whole. It changes in one part of the society can lead to adjustments in other parts to restore equilibrium. Now we are going to look at social institutions. So social institutions play a crucial role in maintaining stability and cohesion within society by fulfilling essential functions and providing structure to social life. They establish norms, values, and rules that guide behavior and interactions, contributing to social order and solidarity. So wrapping up the functionalism theory, this theory offers insights into the interdependence of social institutions and their role in maintaining social order and stability. Despite criticisms, it remains an influential perspective in sociological analysis. Next, I'm going to pass you on my colleague, Risa.
How does social health contribute to personal health? Good social connectedness influences our minds, bodies, and behaviors, all of which influence our health and life expectancy. Research shows that social connectedness can lead to longer life, better health, and improved well-being. Social connectedness is the degree to which people have and perceive a desired number, quality, and diversity of relationships that create a sense of belonging and being cared for, valued, and supported. People are by nature social creatures. Social connections are important for our survival. Our relationships with family, friends, co-workers, and community members can have a major impact on our health and well-being. When people are socially connected and have stable and supportive relationships, they are more likely to make healthy choices and to have better mental and physical health outcomes. They are also better able to cope with hard times, stress, anxiety, and depression, have higher self-esteem, greater empathy, and more trusting and cooperative relationships. Strong, healthy relationships can also help to strengthen your immune system, help you recover from disease, and may even lengthen your life. In having good social support, a person will feel encouraged to push themselves to recover from existing illnesses. By having a socially healthy lifestyle, there will be a decrease in the following health risks on someone's personal health. Poor social health or social isolation and loneliness also allows persons to face health risks like heart disease and stroke, type 2 diabetes, addiction, suicidality and self-harm, dementia, earlier death, chronic diseases, mobility issues, high blood pressure, raised stress hormone leading to inflammation, cancer, poor mental health, anxiety and depression, and a poor immune system. There are many things that create social connectedness. The amount and quality of our relationships matter, as do the various roles they play in our lives. I'll now pass you on to my colleague, Aliyah.
Now we are going to talk about living a socially healthy lifestyle. So a socially healthy lifestyle involves engaging with others, fostering meaningful relationships, and contributing positively to your community. It encompasses various aspects of social interaction, communication, and connection. Let us look at some examples and benefits of how to live a socially healthy lifestyle. So you can live a socially healthy lifestyle by cultivating relationships, participating in social groups, practicing communication skills, and maintaining a work-life balance. So let's go into a little in-depth as to how to do these things. So you can cultivate relationships by spending quality time with friends and family members regularly. You can plan social activities such as dinners, outings, or even game nights to strengthen bonds. You can prioritize meaningful conversations and active listening to deepen connections. Let's talk about how to participate in social groups. So you can join clubs, organizations, or community groups aligned with your interests and values, volunteer for local charities, or participate in community events to connect with like-minded individuals. You can also attend social gatherings, workshops, and other similar events to expand your social circle. And continuing, we are going to say, how can you practice communication skills? So communicate openly and honestly with others. Express thoughts and feelings respectfully, and also practice active listening by giving full attention to the speaker and acknowledging their perspective. Also develop empathy and compassion when understanding others' emotions and perspective. And lastly, we are going to talk about how to maintain a work-life balance. So you need to set boundaries between work and personal life to prioritize social activities and relationships. You must schedule regular breaks and leisure activities to recharge and connect with others outside of work. Foster a supportive work environment by promoting teamwork, collaboration, and positive communication. So all of these are examples of how to live a socially healthy lifestyle. And some benefits when you live a socially healthy lifestyle is that your mental and emotional well-being are being improved, meaning that strong social connection reduce the feelings of loneliness and increase feelings of happiness and fulfillment. Another benefit is that it gives you a greater sense of belonging and community. So active engagement in social activities fosters a sense of belonging and strengthens community ties. And lastly, it provides opportunities for personal growth and development. Next, I'm going to pass you on to my colleague, Gabriel.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, just now, Yanni. How does family and community and friendship influence personal well-being? Family, community, and friendships all play a crucial role in shaping our personal well-being. These social connections provide a network of support positively impacting our mental and physical health in various ways. Stress buffer. Strong relationships act as a buffer against stress. Sharing problems with loved ones allow for healthier coping mechanism instead of resorting to negative outlets like substance abuse. Studies have also shown that social support can even enhance the immune system's response to stress. Emotional well-being. Supportive relationships boost our sense of self-worth and belonging. Feeling loved and accepted contributes to more positive self-image and a greater sense of purpose in life. Physical health. The positive emotions associated with strong social ties can have a cascading effect on physical health. Research suggests that social connections may improve cardiovascular health and even extend lifespan. Community plays a unique role by providing a sense of belonging beyond the immediate family circle. Feeling connected to a larger group with shared values fosters trust and a sense of collective agency. Participating in community activities can further enhance our sense of purpose and social connection. Quality over quantity. It's important to note that the quality of our relationships matters more than just the number of connections. Having a few close, supportive relationships is better than having a lot of shallow acquaintances. In conclusion, community, family, and friendships are essential ingredients for overall well being. By nurturing these connections, we build strong foundations for emotional, mental, and even physical health. I'll now pass you on to my colleague.
Sociological health, the effects of COVID-19 and adaptation to new types of communication and social support. The effects of COVID-19 on sociological health. Social isolation. Lockdowns, quarantines, and social distancing measures have led to increased feelings of loneliness and isolation among many individuals. Economic inequality. The pandemic has worsened economic disparities, with communities being affected by job losses, reduced access to healthcare, as well as other financial challenges. Education disruption. The shift to online learning has highlighted difficulties in access to technology and educational resources, impacting students' academic progress. Work challenges. Working from home has become more common, changing traditional workplace dynamics and blurring the line between work and home life, which has been both positive and negative for work-life balance, productivity, and employee well-being. Healthcare system. The pandemic has globally affected the healthcare system, leading to disruptions in non-COVID treatments and increased challenges in healthcare access. Cultural changes. The pandemic has changed social norms and behaviors, including attitudes towards hygiene, travel, and public gatherings. Sociological adaptations from COVID-19. Utilizing technology, the major increase of working remotely, virtual learning, telemedicine, and online socializing has increased technological innovation and digital transformation across many sectors. Community. Communities have come together to provide mutual support and help with food insecurity, housing needs, and other social challenges that came with the pandemic. Government methods. Governments have implemented measures such as financial assistance programs, public health campaigns, and vaccination drives to help with the impact of the pandemic and support those affected. Healthcare. Healthcare systems have adapted by expanding remote services, implementing new safety protocols, and investing in research and development to develop vaccines, treatments, and diagnostic tools. Workplace adaptations. Companies have made flexible work arrangements and remote work policies to accommodate changing preferences and priorities employees' well-being. Education system. Schools have implemented online learning platforms and digital resources to ensure continuity of education and address learning gaps caused by school closure. Communication and support. Virtual support. With face-to-face limitations, many support groups have moved online, providing a platform for individuals to share and receive emotional support from peers facing similar challenges. Online therapy and counseling. Mental health professionals have increasingly offered online therapy and counseling services, allowing individuals to access support from their homes. Online platforms, social media. Online platforms have served as a virtual comfort zone for people to seek advice, share resources, and find solidarity with others who have similar experiences. Online education and training. Educational institutions have utilized online learning platforms and virtual classrooms to provide educational resources and training programs for students and professionals. Virtual healthcare. Healthcare providers have expanded online services, allowing patients to consult with doctors, receive medical advice, and access healthcare remotely, reducing the need for in-person visits and minimizing exposure to COVID-19. Mental health resources. There has been a drastic increase of digital mental health apps, websites, and online resources to support mental well-being during the pandemic. So in conclusion, a sociological perspective highlights how social backgrounds impact people's health and healthcare quality. Health and medical care are also impacted by the social structure and culture of a society. According to the theories, society evolves over time and is viewed as a complex system. Social health is important for personal health because people who are socially connected and have stable, supportive relationships are more likely to make healthy choices and achieve better mental and physical health outcomes. They are also better able to deal with stressful situations, anxiety, and depression.
A socially healthy lifestyle encourages people to form healthy and positive interpersonal relationships with each other. Our personal well-being is influenced by our personal interaction with friends, family, and the community. These relationships provide emotional support which improves your mental health. Those who believe their friends and family are supported report a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. COVID-19 effects on sociological health resulted in social isolation, economic inequality, education disruption, work challenges, healthcare system, and cultural changes. The sociological adaptations from COVID-19 includes utilizing technology, community, government methods, healthcare workplace adaptations and education system, communication and support, virtual support, online therapy and counseling, online platforms and social media, online education and training, virtual healthcare and mental resources. We have now come to the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, you all heard me properly, right? I think I was stuttering a little bit.
Heard you clearly, Gabriel.
We heard you. We heard you.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we heard you clearly. All right. Again, you had very good information. I like the theories. It was well designed. You know what? I just didn't look. You all had references, right?
Yes, Miss, I shared and yeah, 3 reference pages. I could share back the screen again to
No, that's
see.
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
That's just at the end I was writing. So I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. Any comments? Hello.
Miss, I think they did a good job.
They did a very good job, and I like the way you handle the online, because the online aspect is so important now. To have the online presence, you're doing so many different things online, right? I mean, all your classes are online, so it's good to have that sort of sociological aspects, with connecting with people online, right? It's very important for your overall health, and yes, COVID-19 made that very applicable nowadays. Yeah. So thank you very much.
You're
All right.
welcome. It
Yeah.
was lovely working with you guys.
Oh, you see now that's really nice. All right.
Likewise, Gabriel.
All right. Okay, so the next group can get themselves together. All right. One.
Yes.
So,
Hi, Miss. Before we start, I just want to let you know that I may have some trouble speaking because my com is swollen, so I apologize in advance for that. So, good day, everyone. We are Group 3 and we are doing spiritual health. Our group members are Kadina Lewis, Naomi Logan, Jade Maharaj, Shanice Marcel, myself, Natana Matthews, and Adana Modest. So, to open, we have seen that as the world of healthcare, health, and wellness has grown, spirituality and spiritual health have emerged as critical pillars of total health and wellness. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This new definition of health includes mental wellness, which is linked to spirituality. So, what exactly is spiritual health? Spiritual health is a dimension of human wellness that involves having meaning and purpose in life, living in accordance with one's beliefs, values, and ethics, and fostering inner peace and self-awareness. Spiritual health can influence mental health and physical health and can be nurtured by practices like meditation, prayer, and reflection. Spiritual health is based on individual perceptions and experiences and can vary from person to person. I'll pass you on to my colleague.
So I will be touching on the two theories of human spiritual development. The first theory we'll be dealing with is James Fowler's stage of faith development. So according to James Fowler's stages of faith development theory, people go through 6 stages of spiritual development to better comprehend and express their faith. The stages are as follows. The first stage being intuitive projective faith. Children in the intuitive projective faith stage typically grasp religious stories and rituals but lack critical thinking. Instead, they interpret the world through their senses and imagination. A childish sense of curiosity and creative thinking, such as eagerly embracing holiday traditions or prayers, despite not fully understanding their symbolic implications, is a manifestation of spirituality. Stage 2, the mythic literal faith. This is where persons acquire religious ideals and beliefs during childhood by literally interpreting religious tales and symbols. They might follow a religious teaching to the letter, expressing their spirituality in a literal reading of these tales. A young person's worldview could be shaped, for instance, if they take miracles or create stories literally. Stage 3, synthetic conventional faith. This stage recognizes the need to critically evaluate one belief and develop a personal sense of religion during adolescence and early adulthood. They adhere to cultural religious customs, often combining their beliefs with personal experiences and goals. Integrating one's own experiences with recognized religious theories is an important component of spirituality, as it aids religious organizations in developing a sense of identity. Stage 4, the individuated reflective faith. At this point, people start to doubt their beliefs or may go through a spiritual crisis. They desire religious freedom as well as more profound comprehension of spirituality outside of established religious institutions. For example, a young adult may struggle with questions regarding certain religious teachings and even consider alternate spiritual paths in search of greater authenticity and deeper significance. Stage 5, the conjunctive faith. This stage is where people embrace a holistic viewpoint, appreciating the diversity of religious viewpoints and try to find points of agreement with those who hold diverse beliefs and morals. They might feel a feeling of oneness with the universe or a higher power. Spirituality broadens to include a more comprehensive and inclusive worldview, participating in interfaith discussions or activities to identify similarities between many religious traditions. Lastly, stage 6, universalizing faith. Few people reach a transcendent knowledge of faith, where one is supposed to act with justice, compassion, and love across religious and cultural boundaries. This transcending awareness inspires others to live up to these ideals, which enriches everyone's well-being. Examples of universalizing faith are people like Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi, who committed their lives to helping humanity go beyond religious connections to advance equality and peace. The next theory we'll be dealing with is Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs is one of the most popular theories used for understanding motivation. The initial pyramid consists of 5 distinct stages, bottom up including physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. However, later in life, Maslow expanded the pyramid to include an even higher level category of needs called self-transcendence. The pyramid below shows the revised version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, self-transcendence. This stresses the connection with self bigger than stresses the connection with something bigger than oneself and goes beyond self-actualization. Charity, empathy, and sense of togetherness with others and the universe are all part of self-transcendence. Since spirituality surpasses the human ego and strives for deeper relationship, whether divine or universal awareness, it is frequently linked to self-transcendence. Spiritual leaders who dictate their lives to helping others and promoting compassion and unity around the world, such as Mother Teresa and the Dalai Lama, are living examples of self-transcendence. I will now pass you on to my colleague.
So how does spiritual health contribute to personal health? Exploring spirituality can elevate an individual's positive self-perception, bring significance to mental health challenges, elevate the severity of symptoms, and establish a foundation for social interactions. Spiritual well-being encompasses leading a purposeful life, transcending different dimensions and capacities of humanity. It fosters harmony between the physical, physiological, and social facets of human existence, ultimately enhancing human potential. Various research studies have highlighted the beneficial effects of spirituality on physical and mental health, as well as an overall well-being, quality of life, coping mechanisms, recovery from mental illnesses, and reduction of addictive or suicidal behaviors. Spirituality can strengthen familial and friendship ties, aiding individuals in coping in physical and emotional distress and life pressures. It fosters a sense of community, especially among those involved in spiritual groups, which can combat feelings of isolation, particularly prevalent among older adults. We will now highlight some examples of how spiritual health contributes to personal health. Firstly, it boosts immune system. A robust immune system is crucial for combating infections and chronic diseases that pose a threat to older adults. The stress-reducing effects of spirituality can promote a sense of well-being, triggering the release of immunity-boosting hormones. Secondly, it lowers disease risk. Chronic stress is linked to elevated blood pressure, which can lead to serious health issues such as heart disease, kidney disease, or stroke. Spirituality can lower the stress levels, blood pressure, and influence healthier lifestyle choices. Next, we have enhanced self-confidence and fitness. Belonging to a spiritual community or maintaining close ties can boost self-confidence and mental well-being, encouraging individuals to prioritize self-care. Engaging in physical activities can also be a spiritual experience, enhancing overall fitness and mood. Lastly, solid support network. A supportive spiritual community can provide emotional assistance, fulfill evolving needs, and contribute to a healthier and more fulfilling life. Spirituality encourages self-reflection, compassion towards others, resilience in challenging times, and realization of one's full potential. I'll now hand you over to my next colleague.
How to live a spiritually healthy lifestyle. To embark on a spiritually healthy lifestyle, one must prioritize nurturing the mind. Achieving spiritual well-being involves finding fulfillment in the deity one's worship. It necessitates a shift in perspective, moving beyond a narrow focus solely on physical well-being to acknowledge that importance of spiritual health. While physical needs are significant, they shouldn't overshadow the spiritual aspect of our existence. Embracing a spiritually healthy lifestyle means nurturing our inner being, forging a connection with a higher power, and aligning with our actions with our principles and beliefs. It's a deliberate and ongoing process of development, awareness, and pursuing personal growth. There are several strategies in order to cultivate a spiritually healthy lifestyle, which includes, firstly, time dedication. Allocate a portion of your day to engage in consistent spiritual activities such as prayer, meditation, or contemplation in order to enhance and strengthen spiritual connection. We have continuous learning, embrace the wide range of spiritual teachings, and actively participate in ongoing education to promote personal development. Also improve personal health. Regular physical activity not only maintains one's physical fitness, but also stimulates the release of endorphins, which elevates one's mood and contributes an overall sense of well-being, whether it be running, strolling, or swimming. also involved in humanitarian services by participating in benevolent deeds and support for others, bearing in mind the interdependence of all living things and the profound value that compassion and empathy contribute to one's spiritual development. Also, a healthy diet which entails consuming nourishing foods that promote both bodily and spiritual well-being, consuming a well-rounded dietary regime that is in abundance in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean sources of proteins, and nutritious fats. Also, lastly, cultivating positive relationships. So developing positive relationships by surrounding yourself with affectionate, uplifting, and supportive individuals, and investing time in companions and relatives who uplift your spirit, motivate you to develop, and support you in your living your true self. So I'm now going to hand over to my colleague to continue the presentation.
How does family, community, and friendship influence spiritual well-being? Spirituality and spiritual well-being are first introduced to the individual through family and the community. Within this stage, one's cultures and values taught at home shape the individual's friendship and connections. Spiritual well-being is also greatly impacted by the family and community. Family and the community are the first teachers of morals and values, such as what is right and wrong, as well as manners. As known in the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Spirituality is a powerful source of strength for families in ways of uplifting and providing a sense of belonging. As individuals grow older and become teenagers or adults, friendships become more significant than family ties for various reasons, such as age differences or just differences in society and experiences. Good friendships can elevate one's spirit during tough times and provide a sense of acceptance and understanding. However, toxic friendships may be emotionally draining and exhausting, which can negatively impact one's mental health. Now I will pass you on to my colleague.
We will now outline spiritual health in light of COVID-19 and adaptation to new types of communication and support. COVID-19's development, supremacy, and proliferation constituted a significant threat to our livelihood on a global scale. Spiritual health and spirituality were not immune to the wrath of COVID-19. At the height of the epidemic, religious organizations had to find methods to cohabit and function in the face of several rules, such as social isolation and staying indoors, which represented a threat to spirituality and spiritual health. Regulations and legislation altered around the world in an attempt to combat the spread of COVID-19. As a result, sustaining one's spiritual health through face-to-face communication and physical meetings became difficult, if not illegal, in some nations for a brief period of time. The ugly truth of the matter was that the cluster gatherings presented the most ideal conditions for the spread of COVID-19. Spiritual health, however, became even more significant during COVID-19, and the pandemic did not appear to affect one's faith, with most adults reporting that their religious affiliations today was no different than it was pre-pandemic. In fact, one study showed that the experience of the pandemic may have even strengthened many Americans' religious faith. So now we're going to look at spiritual adaptations to new types of communication and support. For some religious groups, the epidemic prompted a shift from in-person religious communities to virtual congregations, disrupting traditional concepts of belonging and involvement. This shift necessitated the adoption of digital platforms for live streaming services, Zoom baptisms, and Skype confessions, among other things. Furthermore, religious leaders provided explanations and consolations to their congregations amid uncertain times, emphasizing the return of religious and spirituality in the midst of a worldwide catastrophe. So now we're going to look at some of the examples, which you can see below, of the special adaptations that happened during COVID-19. One is virtual weddings. In recent years, virtual weddings have primarily been reserved for couples who want to celebrate their love with those who are unable to attend in person. However, with the COVID-19 pandemic, the desire for social separation, virtual weddings were the go during the pandemic and the first choice for many couples who wanted to get married. The pandemic caused couples to reconsider their wedding plans and find new ways to celebrate while following safety precautions. The next one is virtual spiritual counseling. COVID-19 restrictions resulted in all pastoral or spiritual counselors and psychologists around the world implementing an online cyber therapy method, whether via chat, email, WhatsApp, video call, or even phone. Spiritual counseling was also at an all-time high during the pandemic, as restrictions triggered many mental health symptoms, such as anxiety, depression, stress, etc. Then there were lots of live stream funerals, unfortunately. Close friends and relatives provided emotional support and paid their respects to their dead loved ones virtually during COVID-19. Live stream funerals have stuck around even after the pandemic, as more persons are using technology to stream funerals for those who want to pay their respects but aren't able to physically attend a funeral, especially if the relative lives abroad. And finally, live stream church services. As mentioned earlier, with more persons leaning on their spirituality to comfort and support them through the difficult COVID-19 experience, many churches stream services live for their congregations to view from electronic devices. I'll now pass you over to my colleague who will conclude the presentation.
As we conclude this presentation, spiritual health has a significant impact on one's physical, mental, and overall well-being. Even though spirituality can seem and mean different things to different people, there is no denying the need to maintain one's spiritual health, especially considering how we cope and rely on our spirituality to get us through difficult times like the COVID-19 pandemic. And this brings us to the end of our presentation. Here are a list of the references that we used. Are there any questions?
Okay, very nice indeed. Anybody has any questions? I think I wanna, you know how you do the round of applause thing. Sorry. Yep. I like how you brought across the online services, again, because it's very applicable as well. With spiritual health ties in with sociological health as well. With virtual weddings, virtual services. That is really good. Well organized information. And we heard you all very well during the presentation, which, you know, it was nicely done. I don't know if anybody else wants to make a comment.
I enjoyed the presentation. It was visually appealing. All the information was good. I really enjoyed the presentation.
Yeah, the slides were really, really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Right. So that is group 3. And then we have the last group, isn't it? To go.
Yes, miss. I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay, no problem. I'll turn off my mic.
Good day, everyone. We will be presenting on sexual health. Our group members are CJ Roberts, Sharina Scott, Renessa Solomon, Whitney Stephen, Shanice Wells, and myself, Adele St. George. In this presentation, we will outline what is sexual health, 2 theories that connect sexual health to human development, how does sexual health contribute to personal health, how to live a sexually healthy lifestyle,
How do family, community, and friendship influence sexual health and well-being? And we will give an outline on sexual health in light of COVID-19 and the adaptation to new types of communication and social supports. Firstly, what is sexual health? Sexual health, as defined by the WHO, is a state of physical, emotional, and mental, social well-being in relation to sexuality. It is not merely the absence of disease, dysfunction, or infirmity. Sexual health requires a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships, as well as the possibility of having pleasurable and safe sexual experiences, free of coercion, discrimination, and violence. For sexual health to be attained and maintained, the sexual rights of all persons must be respected, protected, and fulfilled. So sexual health includes physical health, this is practicing safe sex, the use of contraceptives, as well as access to health facilities as it relates to sexual health. Emotional health, developing healthy relationships and dealing with emotions related to sexuality. Mental health, positive view of one's body and sexuality, understanding and respecting personal boundaries. Social well-being, ability to have respectful, consensual, satisfying sexual relationships. This must be free from discrimination and violence. Education and awareness, access to comprehensive information on sexuality and sex, which allows individuals to make informed decisions about their sexual health and relationships.
Two theories that connect sexual health to human development are Freud's psychosexual development theory and Erikson's psychosocial theory. Freud's psychosexual development theory posits that personality development occurs through a series of changes during childhood. Each stage is characterized by the sexual energy or libido being focused on different erogenous zones. Freud believed that these experiences during these stages significantly shaped one's personality and adult behavior. For instance, the genital stage, which emerges during puberty, is where sexual urges reawaken and drive the individual towards sexual intercourse and intimacy. Any conflicts or fixations not resolved in earlier stages could lead to psychological issues related to sexual health in adulthood. Next slide, please. Erikson's psychosocial theory, on the other hand, outlines 8 stages of development that an individual passes through from infancy to late adulthood. Each stage presents a crisis that must be resolved for healthy psychological development. For example, the adolescent stage is marked by the crisis of identity versus role confusion, where individuals explore their independence and develop a sense of self, including their sexual identity. Successfully navigating this stage leads to a strong sense of personal identity, which is crucial for a healthy sexual relationship. Stages of Erikson's psychosocial theory that relates to sexual health are identity versus role confusion in adolescence. Individuals explore their independence and develop a sense of self during the stage. Intimacy versus isolation in young adulthood. In this stage, individuals form intimate, loving relationships with other people. In connection, these two theories and sexual health is evident when considering the role of early life experiences in shaping attitudes and behaviors towards sex. Freud's emphasis on early childhood as the foundation for adult sexual health suggests that unresolved issues can lead to unhealthy sexual behaviors. Similarly, Erikson's stage highlights the importance of developing a healthy identity, including sexual identity, for positive sexual health outcomes.
Yes, I'm now going to talk about how does sexual health contributes to personal health. Sexual health is a very important aspect of personal health and contributes to it in many ways. Some of these ways are prevention of STDs, reproductive health, knowledge and awareness, physical well-being, and mental and emotional health. So I'm now going to touch on some aspects. Prevention of STDs. Sexually transmitted illnesses can be stopped from spreading by following good sexually healthy habits, such as being tested frequently and wearing protection. Reproductive health. Reproductive health and sexual health are very closely related. A better reproductive life can result from being aware and choosing family planning and contraception appropriately. Knowledge and awareness. Having knowledge about sexual health can enable people to make wise decisions regarding their relationships and bodies. This involves being aware of boundaries, consent, and reproductive health. Physical well-being. Consensual sexual activity can improve physical health by inducing relaxation, lowering stress levels, and providing exercise. Additionally, it may trigger the release of chemicals which promote well-being, such as endorphins. And lastly, mental and emotional health. Intimacy and emotional connection with a partner can be developed by healthy sexual relationships. This can boost mood and lessen anxiety and sadness. An individual's body image and self-esteem can be improved from successful sexual relationships.
How to live a sexually healthy lifestyle. Living a sexually healthy lifestyle involves making informed choices, practicing safe behaviors, and maintaining open communication. Here are some specific examples. 1. Consent and communication. Prioritize open and honest communication with sexual partners about boundaries, desires, and expectations. Always seek and respect consent before engaging in any sexual activity. 2. Safe sex practices. Use barrier methods such as condoms or dental dams consistently and correctly to reduce the risk of sexually transmitted infections and unintended pregnancies. Get tested regularly for STIs, especially if you have multiple sexual partners or engage in high-risk behaviors. 3. Regular health checkups. Schedule regular visits with healthcare provider for sexual health screening, including STI testing, several cancer screenings, pap smears, and HIV testing. Discuss any concern or questions about sexual health during these appointments. 4. Healthy relationship. Cultivate healthy and respectful relationship based on trust, mutual respect, and communication. Recognize and address any signs of coercion, manipulation, or abuse in relationships. 5. Emotional well-being. Prioritize emotional well-being and self-care. Take steps to manage stress, build self-esteem, and seek support if dealing with relationship issues, trauma, or mental health concerns that may impact sexual health. 6. Educational resources. Stay informed about sexual health by assessing reliable and evidence-based information from reputable sources such as healthcare providers, sexual health clinics, and reputable websites like Planned Parenthood, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the World Health Organization. 7. Healthy lifestyle choices. Maintain overall health and well-being by adopting a balanced diet, staying physically active, getting enough sleep, and avoiding harmful substances such as tobacco, excessive alcohol, and recreational drugs that can impair judgment and sexual function. 8. Regular exercise. Engage in regular physical activity which can improve cardiovascular health, boost mood, reduce stress, and enhance sexual function. 9. Safe online behavior. Be cautious when engaging in online dating or sexual encounters. Protect your privacy and personal information and be wary of potential risks such as scams, harassment, and exploitation. Remember that sexual health is an essential aspect of overall well-being, and taking proactive steps to maintain contributes to a fulfilling and satisfying life.
So now we're going to elaborate on the points regarding family influence, community, and friendship on an individual's sexual health. Family dynamics, including communication about sexual health and attitudes towards sexuality, profoundly shape individuals' sexual health outcomes. Open and supportive communication within families can foster healthy relationships and understanding of sexuality. It encourages the adoption of safe sexual practices and promotes positive attitudes towards sexual health. Conversely, families that avoid discussing sexual topics or hold stigmatizing views may inadvertently contribute to misinformation, shame, and confusion surrounding sexual health. Supportive family environments can serve as a crucial foundation for healthy sexual development. Families that provide love, acceptance, and non-judgmental support create a safe space for individuals to explore their sexuality, ask questions, and seek guidance. Whereas in contrast, individuals from families lacking support or experiencing dysfunction may be more susceptible to engaging in risky sexual behaviors or experiencing feelings of isolation and shame. With regards to community influence, cultural and societal norms within communities exert significant influence on people's attitudes and behaviors related to sexuality. These norms shape perceptions of what is considered acceptable or taboo in terms of sexual expression, relationships, and sexual health practices. Communities that uphold open and inclusive attitudes towards sexuality tend to create environments where people feel more comfortable seeking sexual health information and accessing support services. Access to sexual health resources and support within networks within the communities is essential for individuals to maintain their sexual health. Communities that provide comprehensive sexual education programs, accessible healthcare services, and supportive organizations contribute to better sexual health outcomes, whereas communities with limited access to sexual health resources or those that perpetuate stigmatization of sexual health issues may hinder individuals' ability to make informed decisions and access necessary care. With friendship influence, peer influences play a significant role in shaping individuals' perceptions and behaviors related to sexuality. Friends serve as important sources of information, advice, and emotional support regarding sexual health and relationships. Supportive friendships can create a network of trust where individuals feel comfortable discussing sexual topics, sharing experiences, and seeking guidance without fear of judgment. Peer support can empower individuals to make informed decisions about their sexual health, negotiate safer sex practices, and navigate complex relationship dynamics. Additionally, friends can provide emotional support during times of sexual uncertainty or difficulty, offering reassurance and guidance to help individuals maintain their sexual well-being.
So I will be talking about the outline sexual health in light of COVID-19 and adaptations to new types of communication and social support. Similar to the change in verbal and emotional health, communication support and behaviors regarding sexual health have also changed given that social distancing measures and attempts to reduce the spread of viruses are in effect. So, reduce physical contact. Social distancing regulations have decreased physical discrimination by significant numbers at this point in time, and this pronouncement has had impact on human sexual health and relations. Stress and mental health. The global COVID-19 pandemic has brought additional anxiety and stress to our life, which may have detrimental effects on our desire for sex and how we cope with it as well. Access to healthcare. Accessibility to sexual health care services, one of which includes diagnostic services, contraceptives, and also reproductive health services, may have been hampered during lockdowns or the healthcare system that was overwhelmed. So now adaptations in communication, virtual platforms. Lots of people have sought online platforms really for sexual communication and intimacy as well, including chat and sexting, just to name a few. Education and support. Sexual health providers had to abandon their usual face-to-face methods and transfer to the internet so that they can be able to provide education, counseling, and support services either through consumer-centered platforms or through other internet web-based applications. Digital resources. In recent years, we have observed an enormous growth in the accessibility of digital resources into sexual health information, thanks to websites, apps, and online forums. Types of social support. Since online communities dedicated to sexual health and relationships started to flourish, they have provided support of peers, gave advice, and created the feeling of belonging. The concern of the personal regarding sexual communication and help offered to the victims of COVID-19 pandemic makes clear the importance of changing the way sexual health communication and support strategies are adapted to meet the growing needs of individuals and couples during the times of crisis and beyond.
Okay, so that now brings us to our summary. In summary, we can see that sexual health is a state of overall well-being in relation to sexuality, which encompasses many aspects. It requires a positive approach to sexual relationships, ensuring pleasurable and safe experiences without coercion or discrimination, and respecting sexual rights. Two theories connecting sexual health to human development include Freud's psychosexual development theory and Erikson's psychosocial theory. Sexual health contributes to personal health by preventing STDs, promoting reproductive health, providing knowledge, and supporting emotional and physical well-being. To live a sexually healthy lifestyle, one should prioritize safe sexual habits like communication, consent, safe sex practices, and regular health checkups. Family, community, and friendships influence sexual health by shaping attitudes and behaviors and providing support and resources. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted sexual health through many aspects such as reduced physical contact, altered access to healthcare, and necessitating adaptations in communication. So this is our references that we use to obtain information for our presentation. And that now brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching. We will not take any questions or comments at this time.
Okay, hello. Right. Again, great visuals. I really like the visuals, and your slides are nicely done. Very effective. I don't really have any questions, but I think I need to make some comments. Organize slides. I like how you bring in all the different things, aspects of community, reproductive health, all the different things. It's really good. Your sound was very good, actually, because I
Thank you,
tested it.
Miss.
Yeah, that was something that's really, it's important to have good sound, because then all your points come through. And I found that was really good. So, and with the group before as well, I forgot to mention that with I think it was spiritual health. I can't remember which one went before, but anyways, the sound is good so that you could hear all your points clearly and everything. And I found that you all were very clear. I like your theories. I know you would have mentioned, I know that you would have brought up Freud. I don't know if anybody else wants to say anything.
I really like the presentation and the visuals and the layout, and the information is really relevant. So
yeah, anybody else? No?
Yes, I would say that they did an excellent job.
Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, very good information. Yeah, I think the visual and the sound was quite good, so that you kind of catch everybody one time, you know, and it didn't delay or anything at all. So thank you very much, and I think you all need to give yourselves a round of applause, right? And I like the real applause, so that's why I'm doing this. And I think you all worked very hard, and I wish you all the best for the coming term. Make sure and go through yeah, because you're gonna have a few little questions. Well, not too many, but a few on sexual health, right? But I had said that anyways, and as it applies to all age groups, right? We don't like to think of old people having sex, but they do. So it applies to everyone, right? Good sexual health. Okay, so unless you all have any questions, I will let you all go. But excellent job again, right? Especially this last group and all the other groups here. Hello?
Miss Austin, I have a question. I couldn't make it to the class. You gave the hints to the topics on the exam, but I just want to know what the exam, like is it multiple choice or?
Yeah, it's 80 multiple choice questions for 2 hours. Okay, make sure you have a working laptop. Please do it on a laptop, right? And well, the internet connection, we hope it will be very, very good. I'm just praying that it goes well, because that is always a little, you know. I'm praying that everybody gets through with the final exam, so that, you know, because it's very difficult when you have to get somebody to redo the exam or yeah. So, but in the event, and I did speak to the IT guy, right? In the event, if you have problems, make sure and take evidence, photographs, right? He said that the IT help desk will be up for the days, especially during the week, from Monday to Friday, even more so. It's really, really good. So, and he was talking with the exam committee, or somebody who's in charge of the exam committee, concerning persons if they have problems on the e-classroom itself. If you have internet problems and the internet went down or your electricity gone, well, you had to get a letter from TNTech, right? But if it's something that is really with the e-classroom, then you will call me as well, but they'll have to go through to IT desk as well, because they are the only people who could really, I could just contact them, but they have to deal with it. Yes, Miss CJ Roberts.
Miss, I just want to say that I had a really difficult time over the last couple of weeks getting into the e-classroom. And the IT guy said that is actually an issue with Digicel, not with the school itself, as the internet provider. And I only just got into the classroom recently, so I had to email all my lecturers and ask for excuse on why I wasn't able to submit or get access to assignments and stuff like that. But it's really not the school, it's the internet provider.
Wow, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. I don't know what to tell you there. Just pray, and hopefully if you have any excess backup data or something to get for your days of your exams. All right. Okay, so I wish you all the best. If you have any queries, you can email me and you could message me via WhatsApp. Okay?
Yes, miss.
Okay, and try, if you can, to fill out the evaluation responses, right?
Yes, miss. Thank you, miss.
Okay, you all take care and best of luck. Right?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Be good.
Bye, miss.
Bye-bye.